Hello students, welcome in the video lecture presentation. Myself Dr. Deepak Koche, working as Professor, Department of Botany, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola, Maharashtra. Our today's lecture is Introduction to the Plant Tissue Culture. Now here we are just briefing, or we are going to deal with these basic or fundamental aspects of plant tissue culture. That is what exactly plant tissue culture, why it is necessary, then what are different requirements of the plant tissue culture method, then what are the factors affecting to this technique, and what are different applications of this particular plant tissue culture methodology to the mankind. Okay, so we will just take an overview. Okay, so initially I must have to take that this is plant tissue culture is not exactly the separate branch. You can say it is an aspect to study under the biotechnology or under the head of the biotechnology. Okay, so it is not a separate branch like cytology, genetics, or molecular biology. It is a separate aspect to study only. Okay. Now, briefing this particular plant tissue culture, it is, you can say that it is the technique of growing plant cells, tissues or its organs or other plant part on artificial nutrient media. Maybe a natural one, but it is a nutrient, it requires nutrient media in controlled condition. Okay, and that means you are taking certain plant parts, sterilizing it, inoculating on a specific media, okay, and growing in a controlled condition. Okay, so this particular simple aspect is here. Okay, so what you are getting the entire plant from few cells or a group of cells, a tissue. Okay, now here, before going into detail, we have to take an overview regarding the historical accounts, how it has been started, and what type of discoveries has been there in plant tissue culture, mostly in plant tissue culture, and largely as a biotechnology. So we are using the yeast since 6000 BC, before 6000 BC, for making wines and beers. We are also making the breads from using yeast since 4000 BC years ago. Okay, in the recent past, in 1680s, the Leeuwenhoek, it is basically the aspect of microbiology, because it is microbiologist. So he has observed the microbes, microbial structures under microscope. In 1869, John Mischer has identified DNA from the WBCs, okay, white blood cells. Regarding the plant tissue culture, in 1902, Haberland has given an idea of totipotency of plant cells. He first put forth this idea that the plant cells are potent to develop into the entire plant. Okay. In 1919, this developing branch has been given a separate name of as biotechnology by Carl Erecki. Okay. In 1928, Alexander Fleming accidentally discovered the penicillin, and one of the most overshot discovery of antibiotics. Okay, then the White has given the first what is called as the proof that root culture, he has developed the root culture of tomato on specific media. That means by that he has developed the White's media. Okay, in 1941, okay, Wonneverbeek has given the first time identified that coconut milk has been utilized as a growth factor when he was doing the experiment on the young datura embryos to develop into the entire plant. Okay, in 1953, as we all know that the Watson and Crick has given us the precious double helical structure of the DNA. Okay, in 1957, Murasik and Skoog has given the important role of oxygen and cytokinin as a growth hormone. okay, that is we are utilizing in the tissue culture. Okay, the MS media, that is Murashige and Skoog media, has been developed in 1962 by the scientist Murashige and Skoog, and in 1987 BT gene was isolated from the Bacillus thuringiensis. So I had tried to cope up the initial discoveries of related to the plant tissue culture and largely to the biotechnology here. It may be related to the microbiology, it may be molecular biology, or it may be some other branch also. Okay, so before going in further, we just have to know what exactly is the basic aspects of this plant tissue culture. So plasticity, sorry, totipotency and plasticity, you can say these are the two pillars of this particular plant tissue culture method. So what is totipotency? It is the ability of plant cells to रीजनरेट इनटू होल प्लांट. अगर कोई सेल आप लोग लेते हो, उसको अगर प्रॉपर मीडिया पे इनोकुलेट करते हो कंट्रोल कंडीशन में, सो इट विल गिव यू द होल न्यू प्लांट. ओके, होल प्लांट. सो दैट पर्टिकुलर पोटेंशियल इट इज कॉल्ड एज द टोटिपोटेंसी. Okay, it is found in most of the plants. Plasticity, it is the ability of the plants to alter their metabolism, growth and development to best suit their environment. जिस तरह का environment होता है उस हिसाब से खुद को ढालने का जो plants में ability है, that is called as the plasticity. So on the basis of these two, totipotency and plasticity, the entire plant tissue culture techniques is established. Okay. Now how we proceed to this plant tissue culture method? So first we have to select the explant. Okay. Now what exactly is the explant? Plant tissue culture is initiated with a multicellular tissue called as explant. I already told you it requires a plant part. Okay, it is multicellular. So that particular plant part which you have to select for the tissue culture methodology, that is called as the explant. Okay, it is most important, has to be selected from the living plant. Okay, it may be a leaf portion. Mostly the leaf should be taken juvenile. Okay, stem portion, mostly the stem apex, root apex. Okay, petioles, hypocotyls, cotyledons. Some nodal portions can also be taken for that. Buds are also the most important and used explants for the plant tissue culture. So you have to select this explant. Okay, and then sterilize it, and then you have to go for the inoculation. You will get direct shoot regeneration, or you may that particular explant may develop into the callus. Okay, so that things has been found in the process. Okay, now another aspect is the sterilization. Now the sterilization is most important method, or most important aspects of this plant tissue culture, because everything which you use in this particular case of plant tissue culture method or technology, it should be sterilized. Your vessels should be sterilized, your materials should be sterilized, instruments should be sterilized, your plant material that you are using as explant, it should be sterilized. Okay, it should be contaminant free, micro free, so that that contaminant should not be grow in your culture, and otherwise your entire experimentation will be of no use. Okay, so during this particular process of sterilization, we use different methods. Okay, and we require different instruments also. So dry heat treatment or dry heat method has been found in case of the hot air oven. Flame sterilization, where we inoculate the material or explants into the vessels on the media. It requires the flame sterilization. Wet dry method, we autoclave all the instruments and materials in the autoclave. It filter sterilize some of the if you require certain what is called if you require certain liquid material to incorporate into the your media, like growth hormones and some other, so that you have to filterize it. Okay, so it is the filter sterilization. Surface sterilization, so before inoculation you have to surface sterilize your material explant. Okay, we are using different type of chemicals, like alcohol is there, then HgCl2 is there. So there are several methods to surface sterilize the explants. Okay, wiping with alcohol, That means before starting your work, you have to wipe all this bench, your work bench, with the help of alcohol and cotton ball, so that there should not be any microbial contamination. So overall, sterilization is very important, and it must have to be done before you start the work. Okay, so after sterilization, you have to place that explant on the nutrient media. Okay, that nutrient media may be a solid media, or it may be a liquid media, or suspension culture, for suspension culture basically. Okay, so that particular, after sterilization, you have to inoculate it for growth on that particular medium. Okay, now what exactly the culture medium? It is usually composed of inorganic salts, organic nutrients, some vitamins, and few plant hormones. If it is the solid medium, then you have to add certain solidifying agent. If it is liquid, then there is no need to add the solidifying agent like agar or other things. Okay, so these culture media is prepared likewise. So after inoculation, you will find that when you place in the control condition, that particular explant is growing into the callus. Okay, now if the callus get overgrowth, okay, you have to separate that particular overgrowing callus. Like here it is the overgrowing, you have to separate into the smaller pieces, and then you have to inoculate on the fresh medium. That is called as the subculturing. And for any tissue culture, you need to subculture all these calluses, growing calluses, after 20 to 30 days. Okay, for the culturing you need any type of media. You have to select a specific type of media. It may be MS media, it may be B5, it may be N6 media, or it may be White's media. Depending on the requirement of your experimentation, you have to select this media for the culturing and subculturing. And as per the need of shooting or rooting, you have to add specific type of growth promoting agents to those media. Okay, now what we had seen, how it has been going for the tissue culture. So you have to select the plant first, then you have to select the explanted part of that particular plant from which you are going to regenerate the plant. Okay, that is called the explant. Okay, then you have to sterilize that explant, then you have to inoculate on a specific medium, then incubate in a particular controlled condition. Okay, then you may get direct shoot regeneration, or it may be there may be initiation of the callus. If there is callus, then you have to go for subculturing on the fresh media. Then you may get certain embryoids, and those embryoids may be regenerated into the shoots and other plant parts or plantlets. These developing plantlets, you have to put in the half strength of the media for the hardening, and after well established, then you have to go for the transfer of those particular plantlets into the field. So this is the flow diagram or the steps which are involved in the tissue culture technique. Okay, so here I had tried to give the idea, pictorial idea. So this is the plant. Okay, suppose we are selecting here the leaf tissues. Now leaf tissues, after taking this explant, we have to sterilize it, then we have to inoculate on a particular specific type of medium. Okay, after 10-15 days we will get the undifferentiated mass of cells, that is called as the callus. After its full growth, we have to subculture it. After subculturing, we may get some embryoids or the embryos, and those we have to transfer into again the fresh shooting media. Then we will get the shoots. After having leaves to the shoots, then we have to transfer into the rooting media. Then we will get roots. So now afterwards we will have the stem or shoots, roots, and leaves also. So that one we have to go for the hardening, and then afterward we have to transfer into the, it is ready to transfer into the field. Okay, now this plant tissue culture may be of any type. Depending on your experiment, your need, you have to go for that. It may be meristem culture, it may be a protoplast culture. What is protoplast? Protoplast is the wall lace cell. ओके, जिसका सेल वॉल अगर रिमूव कर दे, दैट पर्टिकुलर पोर्शन bounded with the plasma membrane, it is called as the protoplast. So you can go for the protoplast culture, you can go for organ culture, you can go for callus culture that we had seen. We can have the embryo or pollen or seed as an explant. So likewise embryo culture, pollen culture or seed culture, we have to name it. So depending on your requirement and depending on your experimentation, you can have a different type of plant tissue culture method. Okay, now here are few things which are affecting the plant tissue culture technology or technique adversely. So first of all, it is plant species itself, because there are few plants which can give you the better results for in vitro growing, but there are few plants which cannot respond that particularly. Okay, again you may have a different type of genotypes of a specific plant. Okay, so some of them may be responsive, some of them may not be responsive, so you have to select it properly. Okay, then you have to select your explant a very specific manner. The source of culture tissues, that is explant, should be selected in a very specific manner so that it will give you the proper result. Again, age and health of that plant, जहाँ से आप लोग ये एक्सप्लांट ले रहे हो, उसका एज और हेल्थ भी मायने रखता है. ओके, बिकॉज मैच्योर प्लांट्स एंड मैच्योर टिश्यूज बेसिकली they are not proper to take as an explant. Okay, further, your nutrient media, because one nutrient media is not supporting the growth of all type of explants. Okay, so you have to taste different types of media for that particular growth or plant tissue culture. Now other things are controlled condition, like you have to manage the conditions of light, conditions of temperature and conditions of humidity to get proper results, because these are the most essentially adversely they can affect your experimentation adversely. Okay, so coming towards the last point of this particular plant tissue culture, that is applications of plant tissue culture. So this this is basically invented to produce a large number of plants within less time. Okay, so it is commercial production of a number of plants or plantlets for your gardening or landscaping or ornamental use or any other cropping use, so in very less time. So this is one of the best example. Nowadays in our area, whatever the banana saplings we get, okay, so those saplings are made or produced by the using plant tissue culture technology. Okay, so to conserve the, again next one is to conserve the rare and endangered species. Now mostly the rare and endangered species may be overexploited species, or it may have the problem of germination, seed germination. Okay, if it is overexploited, or it may have the problem of seed germination, you can take some tissues from that particular plants and come to your laboratory and regenerate that particular plant, and then again propagate by that particular method of plant tissue culture. So this is one of the most important aspects also. Then to screen the herbicide resistant at the cellular level, it is also useful. Again, the large scale production of the cells, plant cells in liquid media in bioreactor using production of useful compounds or chemicals or enzymes. So these, for this it is also very essential or very useful method, you can say. Okay, to generate novel hybrids from the more commercial commercial benefits, it is again one of the example benefit for that. In production of the virus free or disease free plant by selecting that disease free tissue for the as an explant, and then developing the entire plant from that, and then making the clones. So this is again one of the most important application of the plant tissue culture. Again, to produce the haploids as well as the sterile plants, which are utilized mostly in the cereal production. So this is one of the application as far as the plant tissue culture. So there are a lot of applications in case of agriculture, in case of the floriculture, horticulture, or in case of pharma sector, in case of some research and molecular biology aspect. So this is very important aspect to study. So I think you understood the aspect. So here I had briefly taken the review on this. So suppose this is a particular plant, you are selecting an explant or suffuse tissues. Okay, you have to then sterilize it, surface sterilize it, and then inoculate on a specific type of nutrient media. Okay, it may get direct shoot regeneration, or it may get the callus. Callus is the unorganized mass of cell. Okay, these callus, after subculturing, you may found that it is developing into some certain embryoids, and those embryoids may develop into certain embryos. When we again transport those embryos into the new fresh shooting medium, you will get the shoots. Okay, if you sometimes when after transferring into the rooting media, you will get the roots. Okay, likewise you are having the new plantlet, and then it is after hardening, it is ready to transfer into the field. Okay, so this is the basic fundamental overview of plant tissue culture. I hope you understood this, and if you have any issues, any query, you can comment me on this video. Meet you soon. Thank you very much for viewing this video. You can like and share among other students also. Thank you very much.